Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to DSP versus the Internet for April 1st, 2023. Although this is no April Fool's joke, we're having a good time. The first part of this show should already be live on the channel if you haven't seen it yet. Good stuff. If you like this show, you like seeing me react to a variety of content, and you want to maybe be a part of the fun, if you become a member, you can be the people to nominate these videos for next week's show. We do it every Saturday here on DSPReacts, so thanks in advance. And of course, anyone here who supports the channel in any way during this show, thank you as well. In the meantime, let's continue the top 10 scariest rides in the world. You can get to it here. This is probably a montage, intro. All right, here we go. Let's get past the intro.
Once in a while, an attraction comes along that actually freaks me out. These are the 10 scariest rides that I've ever ridden. And I want to start things off with Pigeon Forge, Tennessee Mountain Monster. Mountain Monster is actually a complex made up of a couple different rides, including a drop tower and saddle swing. But this is the main headlining attraction. It's kind of similar to a sky coaster, except you're actually sitting in a seat, strapped in. They tilt you forwards like a dive coaster, and then release you, and you plummet to the ground, dangling from cables. I think what makes this so scary is the fact that the restraints are pretty minimalist. We're talking about some pretty tight seat belts. The fact that it forces you to look at the ground and that you know cables are the only thing preventing you from dying.
No, thank you.
It's definitely an awesome thrill that I recommend checking out.
I do not want to dangle just from
At the number 9
cables.
spot, we have what was at one point the world's tallest starflyer, but it's the tallest starflyer I've ever done. This is the one down in Orlando, and I've done this one countless times. It doesn't get me quite like it used to, but it still puts me a little bit on edge. I don't know if I'm quite at the level where I'll put my hands up while riding this thing. I'm still holding on. This thing's about 450 feet tall, so it's absolutely enormous. And you're hanging from chains. And while I know
it's not necessarily that it's scary because of the speed, or it's just the height. It brings you so high up. It's probably a relatively safe ride, but man, that height is crazy.
They're perfectly safe. It's, again, one of those things that plays with your senses. It makes you feel like something could go wrong at any time.
Right.
But let me tell you, the views are awesome. The ride experience is great. It's super long. I always have a blast on this thing, but it doesn't mean...
I have a unnatural, illogical fear of heights. I don't know why, because I know a lot of the times when I get afraid of heights, there's nothing that could possibly go wrong. I'm not going to get hurt. But my body will start to get afraid. I lock up, start shaking, start sweating. You know what I'm saying? So it sucks that happens. I would not be able to go on that. I would likely freak out.
Doesn't freak me out a little. At the number 8 spot is a ride that on paper shouldn't be terrifying at all. This is at a remote theme park in Japan that I visited, and all it is a calm little bike ride along some track. It's roller coaster track, but it's completely human powered. There's no electricity or anything. Unlike the other attractions, what makes this one terrifying is that it does feel unsafe. There are 2 seats per car, and each one of them are positioned over the rails, so part of your body is just ever so slightly hanging outside the track.
Oh, God,
and you know that you could easily just jump off and you die instantly. And it plays with your senses even more when you go around this turn when you're super elevated, way off the ground. The track banks slightly outwards. It is so freaky. I was way on edge doing this thing. It was a ride that I didn't expect to freak me out, but I'm on this thing and I'm like I don't know about this, guys.
You better hope your seatbelt works, right? If it doesn't, you fall out. Like he said, if you fall out, that you're just dead. I mean, you're so high up. It's relatively tame, but I would say that would scare me too. You know, these are all heights. They're all heights that are scary.
I'm so glad I did it, and honestly, it's one of my favorite attractions I've ever done. Let's head to Las Vegas, Nevada for the number 7 attraction.
What is this?
This is Big Shot, which is an S&S drop tower on top of the Strat, formerly the Stratosphere Hotel.
Whoa.
The actual tower is only 160 feet tall. The problem is, it's on top of one of the tallest towers in the world.
God.
So the total height is over 1,000 feet in the air. So you are launched to the tippy top of this thing, and because of the way you're seated, you don't know how much higher you're going to go. So when you shoot up, you feel like you're just going to rocket straight off and then fall to the ground.
That's crazy, actually.
It's already unsettling being at that top deck of that hotel.
They're all heights.
Then when you ride
every one of these is heights.
It's like, oh my God.
I can't do any of these. I'd be pooping. Seriously, I couldn't do it.
If you want to talk about a better
I'd be passing out.
The Orlando Freefall at Icon Park. Yes, the same place that houses the Orlando Starflyer.
That looks awesome.
Just
Look how
built
cool
a
it
drop
looks.
tower. And this thing is freakishly tall.
I like the lights.
It sits at ground level, so it plays with a different kind of fear than what Big Shot does. Big Shot messes with your head because of how high up you are. This plays with your fear because you realize how long of a fall that is. You drop and you're falling for an uncomfortable amount of time.
Oh my God.
Not to mention, the seats tilt about 30 degrees.
The seats tilt,
This is a
too.
ride that is so thrilling. My hands sweat every time I ride it, but I love it. It's so good.
Ooh.
Most drop towers don't freak me out, but this is one that does, and I love it. So
What roller coasters have I been on? Not too many. When I was a kid, I went to a few different amusement parks in near Connecticut. There was one called Lake Quassapog or Quasi, and I went on 1 or 2 roller coasters there. I went to Six Flags Great Adventure, and I went on a Batman roller coaster once there. I don't remember which one it was. Probably I've been on like 5 or 6 in my whole life. And not that I don't like them. I have some that I've liked. But really, and what sucks is the fear of heights. It blows. To be unnaturally afraid of the heights, it sucks, because then you get scared for no reason. And your body's reacting. Like, I could actually be enjoying a ride and then look out or down and all of a sudden be terrified for no reason. And that's the worst part, when it's irrational and you know that there's no real risk, but you can't stop yourself from being afraid. That's the worst. So that's why I'm not really not into it. Thank you guys for the super chats. Thanks, Big Mac, and also Dark Angel here. Big Mac says, you're the man. I appreciate all your content. Thank you very much. As often are you live? We do this stream every Saturday. Gameplay is over on my other channel, DSP Gaming, almost every day. But once a week on Saturdays, we do this React stuff. And Dark Angel did a super chat, says I would be puking on all of these rides. I mean, I guess, again, it's
number 5 spot.
None of these have been fast moving. You notice that? And he says these are the scariest ones. None of these have been fast moving. It's more the heights.
Go down the road to Kissimmee, Florida, and there's a lot of sky coasters out there. But by far the most thrilling one I've ever done is the world's tallest.
Oh my God, what is this now?
Now, is it the best sky coaster?
Stop
this! I
this!
haven't done Royal Rush at Royal Gorge in Colorado. That one by far looks to be the scariest. But this one's pretty crazy. I mean, it's located directly over water, and there's a fountain right at the bottom.
Oh my
that you feel
God,
like you're
come
just gonna
on,
hit.
man,
Not to
no.
mention, when you're 300 feet in the air,
No.
you're literally free falling, and you're in a freaking suit. It's the same sort of fear of what Mountain Monster has, except for this, they just removed the vehicle. This is about as close to free falling as it gets without skydiving. For the number 4 attraction, let's go back to the Strat. They have a couple rides up there. We already talked about Big
What the hell
Shot.
is this?
Let's talk about Insanity.
Stop it.
And this might be the
No,
most
don't do
perfectly
that.
named ride ever to exist. Because that's all you
No,
need to
come
know.
on,
it's
man.
absolutely insane.
No, this
You
is
sit
too
in these-
much. You're high up, and then they're doing this to you too? So now you're barfing and spinning.
Chairs, which, first of all, it's only a lap bar.
Dude, come
so
on.
Already, that's terrifying. It takes you out over the edge, and then it starts rotating. You're literally forced to
Come
look
on.
down
No, I can't
over
do that.
900 feet below you. I'm literally sweating just talking about this ride. Whoever designed this ride is a complete psychopath.
asshole.
You talk about a ride that is unsettling. I literally did this once, and I was like, I'm not doing that again. It was that terrifying. Definitely one of the biggest
Oh
adrenaline
my
rushes
God.
I've ever had in my life. But it's only at the number 4 spot. We still got some crazy
Only
ones
the
coming
number
up.
4
We made it to our
spot.
top 3. Let's go to Colorado. This is Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park. One of my favorite
Jesus.
places I've ever been, and they have a ride that is so messed up. This is the Giant Canyon Swing. It's an S&S Screamin' Swing. 4 riders sit back to back, and depending on which side you're at, you either look straight down at the canyon below, or you get launched off the canyon looking straight up at the sky. And you know, you would think that the side where you're forced to stare straight down is scarier. It's not. The side where you're getting launched off is way freakier. This is a ride that absolutely made my heart race.
Oh
I had the
my
courage to do
God.
it more than Insanity. This is another one of those rides where I say, whoever came up with this thing is messed up. You almost get more people watching it than riding it. But it's so photogenic. So if you go here, be sure to bring your phone, because you're going to want to take a lot of pictures. When I went, I spent a full day here, and I'm so
All right, what's
glad
number
my phone
2?
was fully charged. That's why I used it
No, okay, we're not doing your ad. Here we go. Number 2.
capture the moment for it. This is Pterodactyl at Cave of the Winds. So take Mountain Monster from earlier and put it in a canyon. So before, where you're dropping towards Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, now you're dropping into a cavern below, and you think you're gonna hit the rocks on the other side. Oh, and did I mention this thing is also a lot taller? This is a 400-foot cavern. So yeah, you could like fit dragster from top to bottom. And this thing plunges you all the way down.
Why
gives
would you
a
do
real
this to
scenic
yourself?
Look.
Why would
It's
you do
honestly kind
this?
of hard to focus on the view when you're like totally freaking out. There's another
Why
one of
would
those
you put
attractions
yourself
where
through
I only
this?
rode it once. I'm so glad.
Oh, my life is so nice and not stressful. I need to scare myself into ridiculous situations of risk for no good reason because, you know, my life is so tame and easy.
I did it, but man, it was terrifying.
Oh my
but would I do
God,
it again?
man.
I mean, yeah, probably. Hey, there's nothing quite like that first time ride. Once you did it, you feel like you can conquer anything. So why not
Oh
do it
my
again?
God.
Well, unless we're talking about our number 1 attraction. No way am I doing this thing again. X Scream is our number 1 scariest ride. and it is the third and final attraction in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Strat. And I don't think I've ever been so stressed in my life than riding this thing. And it's so simple. We're literally talking about a seesaw, but they put it on top of a freaking building. So it tilts you, and then you start sliding forward.
What the
and you
fuck?
think you're just gonna fly straight off the tower, down to the ground below, and you're gonna be dead. This is one of the most psychologically demented attractions in the world. I only rode this once. I sat in the front row by myself, and I thought that was it for me. So if you learned anything from this video, if you want to get
Yeah, I learned something. Fuck this. I'm not doing any of that shit. It's stupid.
Okay.
All right, so just so you guys know, this is interesting. This is my video from the launch of Street Fighter 4. So this is vanilla Street Fighter 4, all right, the first version. And someone wanted me to watch the whole video. They said there's something, it's interesting in the second half of the video, so we're going to watch this. It looks like this is from me playing with Dalsim. Okay? Interesting. Let's see what this is.
Rain Terror. Oh boy. Oh, it's gonna rain terror with a fucking scrubby can. Yes.
Rain
I'm
Terror.
Now. I'm terrified of the fucking terrible netcode I'm terrified of. Not this fucking guy.
I can feel the lag. I can seriously feel it watching this video. I can tell we're underwater.
That really sucked.
Man, vanilla Street Fighter 4 was interesting. I'm trying to remember this, how it played. Oh, no, overhead. I didn't combo, though. I didn't combo either. Super, will it hit? No, it misses, but I got a noogie at least. Punish. Oh, my God, the lag. You could tell I wanted to hit him and I wouldn't do it. Oh, my God, dude.
So fucking
Are you
laggy
kidding
slow.
me?
Wow. I can't punish an uppercut in my face. Great.
Yikes. Oh. Super. Whoa, big damage. Overhead. Oh, yeah. I didn't miss the combo, though.
No, you don't.
He keeps
No,
jumping.
You don't.
Why does he keep jumping?
Oh,
Why did-
oh, yes, 5 straight jumps.
Dude, that's it. Why did he jump like 7 times? You know what it was? Here's what it is. This is Flowchart Ken. This is how it was back in the day. So people had a strategy they would use to play online, and they didn't know how to play the game outside of it. But because the online was so laggy, this strategy would work like a lot. Like if you look at this guy's ranking or whatever, actually I can't see. It's too blurry. Back then I used a camera. I didn't use direct capture. So I can't even see if that's 335 points or 3,000 points. But basically this guy just does a flowchart. That's what they called him, Flowchart Ken. So he didn't really know what to do. He would just, oh, in this case, do this. In this case, do this. In this case, do this. Right? So, you know, in this case, he just jump. If jump doesn't work, do this, do that. But then you realize, oh, I just got to keep jumping. Right? Like, what do you keep jumping for? Right? What are you talking about? I don't know. Anyway, so I got his ass beat. Right? This was my camera back in the day, not direct capture. Very blurry.
If at first you don't succeed...
Now, here's the funny thing. Today we're watching this in full screen 1080p. It looks terrible. Back then, most people only watched at maximum 720p. A lot of people didn't even watch in 720p. They were watching like 480p. So the quality back then, this was actually quite good. But today, this looks like shit, right?
Continue to lose. I love PSN. It's where all the Shoto players went when they got booted off of Xbox Live. Scrubs.
Well, there you go.
On to the finals.
Hey, give me all your shit.
Ooh. What you want first, boo?
What? Whatever you got, just give it to me, nigga.
I'll give it to you, all right. Any way you want it, daddy. Spin.
Hey, man, stop that, man. Shit. I ain't with all that stuff, goddammit. All right?
Spitting everywhere.
But I do respect your right to exercise any sexual preference that you have, okay? Because I am all-inclusive.
Yes, daddy.
Man, fuck. What can I say that's not gay? Oh, okay. This is a robbery.
So take this ass.
God, no.
He said, "Oh no!"
Stick it up my ass.
God damn it! I'm finna blow your head off. No, pause.
You said it. You said it.
Stop.
Oh!
Oh! Why would you do that? Now my gun gay? No!
You can't kill me. Because if you do, it's homophobic. So what we doing? I'm leaving.
Wow.
As if GTA wasn't controversial
Alrighty
enough.
then.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most evil Grand Theft Auto missions. For this list, we're looking at the meanest, most heinous,
evil
downright
Grand Theft
dubious
Auto
missions
missions.
in the history of Grand Theft Auto.
I mean, the only super evil one is the torture one in GTA 5. Outside of that, they're all pretty bad. You're murdering people left, right, up, and down. You know what I mean? Like, none of them are good, right?
Get laid or something.
Oh, I just did. A little jogger down by the water. But you know what, handsome? I got a hunger tonight that can't be sated. Come here.
Number 10, Deconstruction, Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas. While we don't condone the actions of the construction workers in any way, we can say for certain that things were taken a little too far in this mission. Once Carl finds out from Kendall that the construction workers have harassed her, he decides to take things into his own hands and scare them off by destroying all
Yeah, he
of
just
the portable
destroys the
huts
building.
with
I
their
remember this
own
mission.
bulldozer.
What I find funny about Watch Mojo is
After
they can't
appearing-
even be bothered to make their own, they can't even be bothered to make their own footage. They just take it from other channels and they, oh, I credited it. Yeah, but you fucking...
From a portable toilet and witnessing the
You
chaos,
took someone
the
else's
foreman
footage.
decides he isn't having any of it.
You know what I
and
mean? Like,
heads
this
right
wasn't even
back in.
yours.
Carl uses this opportunity to move the toilet into a ditch
Yeah, this is
and
when he
then
puts the
fills it
porta
with
potty into a
cement,
ditch.
essentially burning him alive.
Yes.
So much for scaring them off.
You're committing murder. You're putting him there and you're putting concrete in.
Number
correct?
9, Flatliner.
I never played
Grand Theft
Chinatown
Auto,
Wars. This is one of the
Chinatown
mobile
Wars.
ones, right?
GTA is no stranger to bizarre escort missions, but this one certainly takes the cake. In this instance, Huang is asked by the club owner Zhu Ming to pick up an old friend of his, a convict called Yuri who is currently on medical release. After stealing the ambulance with his sick friend inside, the two finally have their fated reunion, but things weren't what they seemed.
Alright, I'm kind of bored. I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of bored. Counting down random missions from GTA is not very interesting to me. So I would say this is probably a thumbs down, honestly. Plus, it's not even their own footage. It's literally not even their own footage. It's boring. Skipping that one. I think this is supposed to be... Yeah, this is supposed to make you cry, supposedly. Let's see. Okay. A doggo. Well, that's a friendly dog. Yeah, you know why he did that? Because he wants food. For education. His last few bucks. Oh, they're all shaking their hands at him. What a sulker.
เขาจะได้อะไร ถ้าเขาทำแบบนี้ทุกวัน
He's shaking his head at the guy. She was like, who the hell is
เขาจะ
this?
ไม่ได้อะไรเลย ไม่ได้รวยขึ้น ไม่ได้ออก
Pretty
ทีวี
long.
ไม่มีใครรู้จัก ไม่ได้มีชื่อเสียงที่มากขึ้น
He Yeah, she went to school. Now I'm gonna cry just like the commercial wants you to do. And now I'm gonna cry like a
เพ
sucker.
ราะสิ่งที่เขาได้ คือได้แค่ความรู้สึก
That's it.
ได้เห็นความสุข ได้เข้าใจ ได้ความรัก ได้ในสิ่งที่เงินซื้อไม่ได้
It's still way too much
Dialogue.
water. That would
ที่
have
สวย
killed the
งาม
plant.
กว่าเดิม
That would have flooded the plant. Here's extra, so now people are learning from him.
ในชีวิตคุณ อะไรคือสิ่งที่คุณต้องการมากที่
That's
สุด
it.
ไทยประกันชีวิต เชื่อ
It
ใน
was
ควา
a
มดี
life insurance ad of all things, which I never would have thought that was a life insurance ad. So there you go. Pretty interesting. That was pretty nice. You know, what that teaches you is in line again with what I've been saying, and a lot of people agree or disagree, and it's okay if you disagree with me. You can disagree. But I was raised a Roman Catholic, and when I was raised, I was taught that charity is doing something nice for someone in a way of self-sacrifice, but you don't benefit from it. That's true charity. You know, there's a lot of people who they'll donate or they'll do something, but then they get over because they did it. They become better or benefit from it in some way. All right? That guy, did you think he benefited from any of that whatsoever, what he just did? No. It was all him personally sacrificing to help all the people around him and making everyone's life better and just moving on with his day. Like they said, he'll never be famous. He'll never get anything out of that, but at least he knows that he helped other people. And that's what it's all about when it's called paying it forward, right? That's true charity versus I do things just to benefit and look like a good guy, you know? That was a nice video. That one I give a thumbs up for sure. Okay. Of course, it was an ad. What the hell is this? KIWI. What on earth is this? So KIWI is real, right? A KIWI, this is a real creature? I mean, this is 3D KIWI, obviously, but KIWIs are real creatures, right? The heck? What is it? What did he do? He tied a rope. What did he do? What is this? KIWI. 16 years ago? Dude, this has got to be one of the oldest YouTube videos. Because when it says that, it actually means 17 years. So shit, that would be like, what, this is like 2005, 2006? This is super old. I have no idea what we're watching. KIWI is a bird of New Zealand. 45 million views. What is going on? What is he doing? He's got a pilot helmet on? This is pretty dangerous. Oh, so it makes him feel like he's flying? It makes him feel like he can fly, even though he can't, because KIWIs are flightless birds, right? But he's falling down the side of the mountain. He's not flying. Does he realize he's going to land? That was it? You're kidding me. He dies? He dies. 45 million views to see a Kiwi commit suicide. Are you kidding me? What the hell was that? 17-year-old YouTube video. A Kiwi jumping off a cliff and splatting like a pancake. Oh my god. Anyway. I agree. We went from like a heartwarmingly positive, warm video to a really messed up one. What the heck, dude? Anyway. Holy shit. Guys, that's part 2. Thank you for watching DSP versus the Internet for April 1st, 2023. I promise you that was not an April Fool's video, all right? So thank you for watching. So far, so good, I would say. I would say that was interesting so far. Good variety of videos. Thank you to everyone who is submitting them. And again, if you would like to be a part of the fun, please consider becoming a member. It is channel members who submit these videos, all right? And, thanks. Let's split the part. We'll be back with more coming up shortly, and see you in a bit.